In this video, I'm going to show you something absolutely unbelievable. Spider-Man 2 running on my PC, absolutely perfect. Not a single FPS dropped, okay? The frame time graph is basically a flat line. And we know how messed up a Spider-Man 2 is based on basically any article you can find online. This Digital Foundry video showing you a 5080, okay, dropping below 60 FPS using DLSS performance at 4K. Yes, granted, they are using, max out graphics, ray tracing, which I, of course, have turned off. I have a 3080, so this is like almost twice the performance I can get with my GPU. But the most important thing is the frame time. This is just absolutely unplayable with massive stutters, which I was getting myself. So I'm gonna share with you what I did to fix Spider-Man 2, okay? Now, maybe the developers updated the game so fast, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. So let me show you the game running on my PC. Link in the description of the video to this Digital Foundry coverage. So let me show you first the game running on my PC. Hopefully, I fix the blue screens that I was getting too, which is another issue. It doesn't have anything to do with Spider-Man. I was getting blue screens of death on every single game. So I'm like, okay, something is terribly wrong with my PC. This is not normal. So I did a 6.5 hours live stream of cleaning my PC, hoping that the RAM was dirty or something. So far, I intentionally made this game crash, which is not very difficult. If you start going in and out of the game, changing settings, and it's gonna crash eventually. But that's normal. And the PC didn't restart. So I think I fixed that issue too with the cleaning that my PC. But that's something different. If you're having issues with the Spider-Man, I'm gonna show you what I did to fix the game. So now, check the FPS. Actually, let me make this a lot bigger because you might not see the performance. Let's make it bigger. You can see this on screen. Okay, here you go. So we're getting 120 FPS. Let me show you the settings, the in-game settings that I'm using too, before we go flying through the city with absolutely perfect performance. Now, 1440p, this is my new 360 hertz QD OLED monitor. But of course, I cannot get 360 FPS on this game because it's very, very demanding. So I'm using DLSS performance for the purpose of this video. Okay, I can actually increase it, and I will actually do that. But for now, just to make sure that I am not dropping frames for CPU-related issues or any other issues. So you can see here, the graphics are almost maxed out. Just the ambient occlusion, I have that in SSAO because it looks better actually than the max out setting where it has some noisy shadows. See, very high detail and no ray tracing. Now, make sure that every time you open the game, you come here to chromatic aberration, you turn it on and then back off again, because this, every time I restart the game, chromatic aberration is on, and I don't know why. Even if it is off here, it doesn't work. It's like buggy. Definitely, there's a lot of issues that they have to figure out with this game. But as you can see, frame generation with FSR3, DLSS performance, I'm using the new transformer model. So let's go. 120 FPS. This game looks absolutely incredible, man. It's just so beautiful. Also, the design, like, this game is just so absolutely spectacular. So let's take a look at this performance. I'm gonna be flying through the city. Okay, well, it's like an invisible wall here. I'm gonna be flying through the city. This is just beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful looking game. I was really looking forward to playing this. I am a little bit disappointed with some of the ideology injection. I can definitely see now. It's disgusting what they are doing with this game. Such an amazing looking game with so much potential. But yeah, I'm still gonna play it because it's fantastic. Oops, we got one frame. There's one frame that dropped there. But I'm still getting 120 FPS. So yeah, not again, like one frame. So yeah, I promise. I'm sorry. I disappointed already, but yeah, it's 120 FPS. And when I look anywhere, see, I'm looking everywhere here, no drops. So before I did what I'm gonna share with you in this video, every time I move the camera, even if I was not flying through the city, so even if I was just, standing anywhere, like I go here, for example, let's go somewhere here. So I was just standing here. Okay, 120 FPS. I move, boom, massive stutter. Well, actually, I got a stutter there, but it was massive. It was a drop like what you were seeing on the Digital Foundry video. And right now, as you can see, man, this is so good. Yeah, one frame here and there, but it's not a massive slow down that is basically immersion breaking. Of course, I am locking the FPS with RTSS. So I'm using MSI Afterburner and Riva Turner Statistics Server to lock the frame rate. I almost always, every single game, I lock the frame rate. I do not play with an unlock frame rate with VRR going crazy up and down, because that is not a good gaming experience. And actually, oh, you see, there was a drop there, 116. But as you can see, my GPU utilization is not actually very high, 76%, 81%, 80. So let's go again through this section, see if I can get, if I get that drop again. Maybe it's like a traversal stutter. Like the draw distance of this game is very, very impressive. Very impressive. Yeah, another frame. So you see there, it's not, I mean, it's not as perfect as I was making it at the beginning, but yeah, this is, it's okay. It's not a massive problem to have those, like one frame dropping here and there. I'm going through the city, not a big problem. This was not even close to this. I was getting massive drops like you saw on the Digital Foundry video. So let me show you what I did. You see, on the new NVIDIA drivers update video, a lot of people commented, oh, I'm getting crashes with these drivers, a lot of issues. And I recommended to those people, well, go to the device manager, uninstall, see, we got another drop. So it's not flawless, definitely not flawless. So I recommended to those people, well, go to device manager, uninstall your GPU drivers manually. Then you go and download the latest NVIDIA drivers manually, and there you go. That should fix the problem. So I tried that and it still didn't fix the problem. So what I did was to download. I downloaded an app called DDU, Display Driver Uninstaller, to completely wipe out the drivers, the GPU drivers. So I'm gonna have a link in the description of this video to where I downloaded this. This is a very reputable site that I've used many times to download other utilities, the guru of 3D. And this is a safe link, so I will share this. This is the one I use. This display driver uninstaller literally really like wiped out the drivers, the old drivers that I had. Actually, the new drivers. So after doing that, you go to the NVIDIA site, the official site. I will also have that link in the description of the video for your ease of use. And then download your GPU drivers and then install your GPU drivers from there. Okay? That fixed the problem for me. I'm telling you, this was unplayable. And as you can see here, man, I mean, I got some drops, but look at this. It's 120 FPS. It's a flat line. A flat line. And also when I move the camera, well, I got one I got one drop there, but when I do this, it's good. Like, this is a very challenging thing to do. Like, if you're on the air and you do this to the camera, yeah, I got one drop there, but sometimes I get none. Well, I got some massive drops there, or leaving the mission area, maybe why. But that is something very challenging to do on any open world game. And this game has some absolutely insane draw distance. Look at this. The draw distance is just very impressive. So, I mean, that's not a big deal. The kind of drops that I'm getting here are not like unacceptable. It's kind of okay. Like, games are not perfect today. And this is very, very, very ambitious game. They definitely need to do a lot of fixing. I don't know why I was getting those massive drops. But yeah, right now, unless I'm flying through the city doing something crazy like that, it is very, very stable. Now, I can increase the settings. Let me go, for example, DLSS balance. And I can still lock the FPS with DLSS balance. Okay? Let's check this out. DLSS balance, my GPU utilization is gonna go up. Right now it's like 85, 89%, 94, so it's definitely gonna drop more often. But I can still use it. I'm using VRR. I don't have VRR off. So this is still a good target with DLSS balance, 87, 76%. So I might actually just play the game like this. It's not a big... that's not a big deal if it drops a little bit here and there. I'm still getting a lock. See, it dropped to 115, 117, 118. So I did get some drops. 115, at 117. So maybe I would have to lower the target. Now this game might crash if I keep doing this, but I will lower the target to 115. Let's say, so that's what I would recommend you go. Start playing the game. If it drops, lower the target a little bit. So I'm at 115 FPS right now. And see if it drops less. 114, 112. Let's see if we see more drops. Sometimes we need to let the settings settle in for a moment. So if I keep getting drops, then I can lower it a little bit. So, but I highly recommend you to always lock the frame rate to play. Always. It is a much better experience, especially if you're playing with a controller and you're panning the camera. You will notice a much more fluid experience with less judder. This is less jumpiness on the camera movement. Everything is gonna look better. It is much more. It's a much more experience, much more enjoyable experience to play with a lock frame rate. So as you can see, well, I got another drop. But as you can see, 115 is not a bad target for these settings I'm using right now. Of course, I'm gonna try to lower the settings to see if I can get better performance. You see, it dropped to 114. So maybe I'm gonna drop this to like 110. Let's see 110 how it works. See if it works better now. See, it takes some time to settle. 82, 85, 89. So something happened here. Okay, let's go. So sometimes it takes a moment to settle because I'm using frame generation. But let's see now with 110 if I get no drops. Ideally for frame generation we want to have 120, but it's okay. This is looking okay, so it's not a big deal. If it cannot be 120 or beyond, it's okay. As long as it feels good, it's good. So I think this is gonna be a better target. Now, with RTSS, we have the option we have this option here. If you go to setup, this is Riva Turner, a statistics server. If we go here to setup, we can change this to NVIDIA Reflex. So right now it is in async. We can use NVIDIA Reflex to get better input lag, and it is very noticeable, I have to say. But the problem is sometimes this NVIDIA reflex setting makes the frame time graph a little bit more unstable. So right now I'm actually surprised that it looks like a flat line. It usually changes. Let me make sure. Oh, I have not give it okay. So if I give it okay, now it's gonna work now. So you see right now with NVIDIA reflex on RTSS, you will see that the frame time graph is not as good. Actually, right now it's not even working. 133. This is not even working. Let me make sure. So let's go here. Setup. NVIDIA reflex. I lock the frame rate to 110. See if that works. Oh, it's not even working now. I don't know why. But you see, if you play with the uncapped frame rate, this is not great. I'm getting 141 frames, 132, 120. This unstable performance. When I move the camera, I get judder. You see, if I do this, see 170, 194, like it doesn't look fluid. See, it's like it's wobbling. It doesn't look fluid. So even when sometimes I go up to 200, it's not a good experience. It's always better to lock the frame rate. Now, it is weird that this is not working. Very weird. So maybe if I change this application detection level, maybe it will work. Huh. I don't know why. That's weird. I don't know why that's not working. So let me change it back to async. Well, it just stopped working for some reason. But well, give it a try. With reflex, it does feel more responsive, but the frame time graph is not as good. It is not as good. I don't know why. But yeah, give this a try. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. How it's working for you. This made a big difference for me. This game was like unplayable. Like I was going to wait until they fix it, but right now it is at a much better level. I wonder what's going on with this that's not working. Let me close it. Close it out. Oh, I didn't hit okay. Let's try it. Oh, now it is working. Yeah, I didn't hit okay. So with async, it's working, but as soon as I change to reflex, let me try again. Reflex. Let's go. Okay. It's not working. That's weird. So reflex is not working for this game. I don't remember seeing that in any other examples. But yeah, this is not great. But even with the unlock FPS, I am not getting the super massive drops that I was getting before. So yeah, this is much better. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I am using also the DLSS transformer model, which you can enable on the new NVIDIA app. So yeah, it looks a lot better with the transformer model. It still looks a little bit blurry. This game, I don't know why. Well, maybe because I'm not using 4K DLSS quality. But for this game, I actually increased the sharpness here to sharpness 2. Because I find it to be a little bit blurry here. And with the new DLSS transformer model, actually all the games are looking fine when it comes to the sharpness, but not this one. This one looks a little bit blurry. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'm going to let you know if I'm getting more blue screens. So far, after cleaning my PC, it seems like the RAM was the issue. maybe, or maybe the GPU also had some dirt, I don't know. But the thing is, I have not experienced more blue screens. So I will let you know if that fixed the issue, hopefully. But if I get more blue screens, then I will use this app that I share with you on this video, and I'm going to download the previous drivers instead of this latest. I'm gonna try the previous drivers to see if it is this driver. So if you're getting blue screens and crashes and all that stuff, let me know. I am okay. Like, it's not a big deal if the game crashes, but if you're getting a blue screen and the PC is restarting, that's a big problem. I don't even remember with this PC, which I've been using for 3 years already. I don't even remember having blue screens like that when playing games. That's absolutely terrible. Yeah, they definitely need to do some fixing on this one. So let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions.